Toivon Tuulapulen by Aki Kaurismaki. Aki, vielen Dank, Kitos, thank you so much for this cinematic masterpiece, which is very contemporary, very emotionally and amazingly done, and especially welcome back to Berlin. After being 9 times in Forum, you're for the first time in competition. Today's Valentine's Day, the Berlinale really loves you, and thank you so much for being with us. Kitos. Aki, it's your second film in a planned trilogy about port
my
cities.
wife, who likes sweets. What were you saying?
I was asking you that it's your second film in a planned trilogy about port cities. After Le Havre, you stranded and your hero stranded in Helsinki. Could you tell us something how you started developing and writing this project?
Since I'm basically automatically absolutely lazy, I have to make a trilogy always to do something. I'm good in cutting wood and that's all. But then it suddenly came, turned from a harbor trilogy to refugee trilogy. And I'd like to change the name. It's not a harbor trilogy anymore. Now it's a refugee trilogy. And I hope the third one will be a happy comedy.
Here, Mr. Kaurismaki, wonderful film. Could you tell us a few words about the soundtrack?
Very normal, some dialogue and then music over it. And if simply winding, sound of wind. But you should ask more from a soundman, Tero Malmberg.
Aki Kaurismaki, one question please. You said something like you want to change the audience point of view or perspective about refugees. What are your hopes for this film? What do you want to achieve with it?
I was very modest. I didn't want to change the audience. I wanted to change the world. But my manipulative abilities are not good enough. So I think I have to limit it to change Europe, which is a tiny place as we slowly start to see. First I change Europe, then we go to Asia.
My name is Mahari Sigit, African Refugee News. Thank you for this beautiful breakfast. I like the way you divided your film, the normal life and the refugee problem. And it was nice that you showed up this television news telling that there was a war, and the other side said you can go home, because it happens really every day. The question is, when you made this film, did you really wanted to change the mind of the Finnish people, or let's say the right-wing parties that are coming up in Europe, to tell them these are people, they want to work, they want to live, and if we give them the chance, maybe they will teach us something, like your restaurant, Multiculti restaurant.
We come back to this restaurant question later. Yeah, of course, everybody has to have dreams. I have a dream. And first I want to change the minds of Finnish people, which might or might not succeed. But when suddenly to Finland, which is 5 million people country, came 30,000 young Iraqians the young Finnish and older Finnish men took it as a war. Somebody's attacking us like Russia 50, 60 years ago. And the attitude for the refugees was intolerable, in my opinion. That they will steal my new car or something, or the wax where I polish my car, or at least the brush with which I used to wax to polish my car. But anyway, they steal something. And some bombs were thrown, and I certainly didn't like to see that kind of attitude in my compatriots. But what was the question of the restaurants? It interests me more. So of course, Jean Renoir said with Grand Illusion that he tried to stop the Second World War. Later he said it was a lousy failure. I couldn't stop it. Cinema doesn't have such influence. But my honest try in this is to force the three people who go to see this film that we are all same, we are all human, and tomorrow it will be you who will be a refugee. Today it's him or her.
My name is Elena Ringo. I'm from Vienna, Austria. And first of all, I would like to say thank you to Aki Kaurismaki for his films, which I think reflect very well atmosphere of Finland, where I lived myself for some years. And after some years, my idea was how to escape from this depressive and bleak country. And my question is, what do you think, Mr. Kaurismaki, about Islamization of Europe?
Which even shouldn't exist. If we are not humans, who the hell are we then? But this was not the answer for a question, I guess. I made a rock and roll documentary in 1981 and I lost almost both ears. I was 2 meters from the... So it's better you ask something from these guys. They might even know the answer.
What? No.
Do you want to hear a part of a Finnish tango solo? Siksi on surullinen siihen vaan.
This situation is that what I've been afraid for all my my time in Berlin. Finnish tango.
Siksi on surullinen.
Joka päivä mä aamusta iltaan käyn, kuin ottaen ihmettä vaan. Ja mä pilvien partailta onneni näyn, yhä uutena luokseni saan. Alla onnen riemuportin kauan kanssa olla koetin, rakkaani mun ystäväin. Suruinen, kun sua mä muistelen, niin paljon meni kanssasi kaunista pois. Siksi on mä suruinen, kun päivä huominen, niin toisenlainen mulle olla nyt voi. Ne kulkevat unikuvin, edessäin vieläkin. Ne hetket me kerran yhdessä vietettiin. Siksi on mä suruinen, kun sua mä muistelen. Niin paljon meni kanssas kaunista pois.